let's start over here. This is your hose that comes with your, okay, it's a 27 to 32 millimeter. It's called out. It's a 3.5 meter long, so that's roughly 11 feet long, a little bit more. All right, it comes with, and hear me out on this, the new mini eye, the new mini eye, the 26, 36, and CT48. Okay, it's always been this hose, the 27, but now it's 27 to 32. That helps with the airflow. It's a lot smoother. Now, here's can be a little confusing because I mentioned midi eye and mini eye. It is a straight connection. Prior to the beginning of 2019, we manufactured the Mini and Midi. And when you look in the catalog or online, you'll see, and make sure if you have one of those, make sure you get the one that calls it out, because this is the right angle and that's how it fits in there. The straight will not fit. So that's why we will always have this. It's a right angle attachment to fit nice and easy in those midis and minis prior to 2019 or January 2019. Okay, so that eliminates quite a bit right there. Whew. Now, we have different diameters. Okay, I'm kind of skipping around here, but this is important, and different lengths. We have a 27 millimeter to 32 and a 36 millimeter. And everybody goes, what's the difference? It's not 9. Okay, it's a huge difference in airflow, and that's why we have that. And as I go through this, I'm just going to contradict myself a few times, but I'm going to take a 36 millimeter that I have right here, okay, called out, and I'm going to bring it over here, and I have a 27 millimeter. So I'll bring it right here so you can see this. Now, I'm going to plug in the 27 millimeter. And I have to, the way I'm going to use this or show you and why we have it is, you see this right here? This is one of the ports for our routers. This is for the 1400. And there's two reasons we have this. If we look on the 27 millimeter, that comes with all the dust extractors. Okay? The 27 fits in. Okay, there's actually now on the hose, you'll see the arrows line up, and I could take that and twist it and lock it on. It's a lock-on feature. You'll also see these nodes on the outside. That's for the 36 millimeter. What happens when you're using like a 1400 or 2200, and now the new OF 1010, they all have a port similar to this. But as I'm routing something, and you know this by using a router, I have this, as I'm using it, you may see how it's choked down in here. See how it's a little bit less? What happens is a splinter catches in there and clogs. So to prevent clogging, and this is one of the things I love about Festool engineering, is you don't need any duct tape. Okay? If you see a port like this, whether on one of our routers, one of our saws, it actually locks on like this, but the 36 millimeter goes on the outside. Always remember, 27 in, 36 out. No duct tape for you. Good. So it prevents choking down in case you get a splinter in there, and actually it prevents clogging. Now, is there a significant difference? I think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab our turbo head like this, and I'm just going to open it up so you can see right here. You got it, Big D? It's air driven, okay? And what happens as the air is being pulled across this turbine, okay, it's moving with a little belt here, these tines. In other words, it's a carpet beater. So I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to turn on my CT. Okay, and hopefully we got sound on this so you can hear the difference. Okay, I'll put it up here. You hear the difference? Okay, good. So what's happening, you hear that whir? This is with a 27 millimeter hose. I'm going to turn it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the 36 millimeter hose, and just like this, hopefully I get them. Woo! See the hot reflexes, baby. Cat-like reflexes, as Boogs used to say. I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to turn it on. Okay? The air's all the way up, but watch. And listen. So you can hear that. That brings a lot more air through, so it's more efficient. Okay? So when you see a port like that, whether it's on a track saw, a router, the Capex, the 36 millimeter creates a lot more airflow back to the CT dust extractor. Hopefully that came across clear. Now, a lot of the times, a lot of folks over the years have said, and in fact at Festool we finally said it's about time when this came out, because when the CT48 Auto Clean came out, it comes with this hose, and it's a little bit different. Okay, this hose is a 3.5 meter, almost 11 foot. But check it out. You see where it says I labeled this 32 to 36. This is conical hose, so it's actually better airflow, and this comes with the CT48 Auto Clean. This is important, okay? But it also came with this, because this won't fit, and I'm gonna run kind of crazy over here to grab this. I wanna grab a sander right here. So what if I'm using this cordless sander, ETS 125 EC, okay, cordless, with a dust extraction, right? The 36 won't fit. But now what we can do is with this adapter, we can take that and hook it. So the CT48 Auto Clean is one of those dust extractors we say it's the end-all, be-all. The Auto Clean, you can hook up a plain X. Everything ends in X. But this is the confusing part. Oh, and this is one of the things I clarified up in Chicago this week. Here's the plain X 2.0, okay? Here's the connection port, right? There's a lock-on feature, but the CT48 Auto Clean doesn't lock on. That doesn't lock on. So it'll fall off when you're sanding with this. You need the plain X hose. The plain X hose comes with the CT36 Auto Clean. Hopefully that clears some of the confusion, because guess what? It comes with this end right here, and you'll see it's got this little mechanical end like this, and when I put it on the plain X 2.0 or the plain X EZ, which also has a lock-on feature, it actually locks and will not fall off when you're sanding high up on the wall or on a ceiling. So this is still anti-static, but this is the only one that has a cable in it. And the reason it has a cable is so it doesn't degrade when those contractors are like this and they're going for a rest and pinching it. So hopefully that made some sense, and that is why we always package our plain X's when we have certain package deals with the CT36 Auto Clean. But you can buy this hose for your CT48 Auto Clean. And always remember, whenever you're using a plain X, make sure the dust extractor you're working with the plain X, is the Auto Clean version, because that's the only one that actually keeps up with the plain X, because it is a drywall sanding monster. It's unbelievable. I sanded so much drywall this week. It was so much fun. Was I supposed to say fun when I say sanding drywall? I actually love it. It's amazing how well it works. All right. Okay, I'm just going to look at my notes really quick, Chris. Okay, okay, you ready? If you look online and you look in the catalogs, you're going to see the hoses I talked about, especially the 36 and the 27. There's different lengths, okay? On the 27 millimeter, watch out. Oh, that's one of those things. I always get these things tied up. Big D, come over here. On the 27 to 32 millimeter, there is a 5 meter version. Okay, look how long this is. Does anybody know how long 5 meters is? 16 plus feet. Okay, so there you go. That's a long hose, isn't it? So let's take this over here and set it over here, Big D. There's one available in 36 meter, that's 5 meter. But the one that's the 36 millimeter hose is available in 5 meter, which is 16, a little over 16 feet long. Now, in that 36 millimeter hose, there's one available, and you have seen it, because that's the one I had on every Festool Live. It's hooked up to the K-Pex. I've used it when I use the track saw. It's actually 22 feet. Check the length of this. Make sure I grab the right one, Big D. Here you go. And look at the length of that one. Okay, this is 22 and a little bit. And this is a long hose. Yeah, we're not going to play jump rope with it. But man, look at that, huh? So someone might say, and this is where I don't want to get confusing. Thanks, Big D. See, he's better. He's an all-around utility player today. Okay. This has actually been a lot of fun this week, setting this up. Now, I am going to talk about one more thing, and it led to the length of hose. Somebody out there scratching their head going, I thought I could connect hoses. And this is such an innovative thing, and this is why I love working for Festool, because we don't sit back and say, hey, we got a great hose, or we got a great track saw, or we got a great router. We're always innovating. We're always making stuff better. And it's because of some of the things that you have gone through and have given us input. Hear me out. Okay, so check this out, because I'm going to tell you what, as a trainer, this has been frustrating over the years. I've done several videos on this. I've done PDFs, internal, external for people. I think it was in 2007 I did my first one for Inside Sales for Julie, because she was confused, because you guys were really confused. Here's what I'm talking about. You can connect hoses. So we're going to talk more about innovation. These are the old hoses. And you probably may have some of these. They're still good. They're anti-static. All the green hoses that we have in here, including this black one right here, are anti-static hoses. What's that mean to you? Anti-static means you won't have any dust clog on the outside, less dust clogging on the inside because it doesn't adhere to it because of static charge, and also less potential for getting a static charge in arid environments. But it's all grounded right here on the CT dust extractor. There is a little tab in here. It's steel, okay, and it's grounded right in here. And when you go home today, whether it was a 22, 33, or all the ones I've talked about, there is a little grounding tab in there. So anti-static is huge, right? But one of the things, and these were anti-static as well, there was a catching point on it, wasn't there? It would catch on your rail, it would catch on your MST. That's why we innovated the hose like this. It's nice and smooth, but it's also wicked flexible. So hopefully you've upgraded. We've had that innovation out for about 4 or 5 years. Maybe I'm pushing it, maybe 3 or 4 years. I've lost track of time, right? But we've always had a 36 and 27. So people would come in and say, hey, I need to connect hoses. So they look at a catalog and go, give me a hose connector. Okay, so I'm going to take this, look. And where this fits is pretty easy. This is the vac end, and you got to connect them. It doesn't work. Okay, even with the connector, look, it doesn't connect. I was frustrated. When I first saw that, I said, there's something wrong. I got the wrong hose connector. So here's your 36, and this is the part that goes in your dust extraction, right? Guess what? If you look at it, that's what you got to connect, right? But this end doesn't go in the dust extractor. So what you have to do is purchase for the right diameter hose what was known as a rotating adapter. I'm going to leave this on my 27. We have them for 27s and 36s. Okay? So I'm going to take the tool end off, and you have to use a Festool screwdriver for this. But you're going to see these little tabs. Chris, come in here so we can get this. You press it in like this. I usually turn it like this to release it. I press it like this. I turn it to release it. Okay? This screws on. It comes with one of these and one of these little latches, but these are reverse thread. Okay? So you take it like this, you put it on, and then you buy a rotating adapter, and this slips on. So now you have two hose ends. And when you get proficient at this, maybe that took 30 seconds, right? But that's 30 seconds I don't want to waste. But guess what? That's how you connect hoses. And remember, when you are connecting hoses at length, always put the larger diameter toward the vac and your smaller diameter toward the tool. Hopefully that makes sense. What looks more professional? Woo! Check this out. I want you to see this. I want you to understand walking onto a job site. Okay, what looks more professional? Check this out. I got my CT, I got my RO 150, and I got all these boxes of cardboard, okay, cardboard boxes filled with my paper. Or I could show up styling and profiling on the job site just like this. Check it out. I got my RO 150, I got my CT dust extractor, but look what I have here. Isn't that cool? No, check it out. You have been asking for this for years and years and years. Yes, we have a sustainer, right? Check it out, STF 150. Okay, we've always had one of these. We've had them in the old classics. We've had them in the T-locks. It's now in the Cis Generation 3. But we've always sold them empty. 2 years ago or last year, we offered for you, it's in our lineup now here in North America, we have the 125 size, and we also have the RO90 paper sustainers. Now we're coming out with the 6-inch. But what's cool about it is this is a killer starter set. Okay, it's a great, unbelievable value, and you'll check it out. We stuffed it full of paper, and we have, it's all granite. You know about granite. We've done an episode on all the different papers. We have here 20 pieces of each paper, 6 different flavors, okay, or grits. We have 60 grit, 80 grit, 120, 150, 180, and 220. Okay, but I want to teach you something about these sustainers. You can also fill it with a bunch of, you can always add to it. You can buy some boxes. You're going out in the job site, fill it up in the morning. But what I do, and I want to show you a tip. Here's my 40 to 120. And this is how I know I'm running out of each paper. I take a labeler and I put, look, I have 2 pockets here for 40 grit. I always label them because I want to know what I go through and what I need to stock before I head to the job site. That's a quick tip right there for you. Okay, and I have them for all my grits. This is a killer value, but now we're offering it what you've always wanted in an assortment pack. Okay, so there you go. That's one. Now, number 2, when I first saw this, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then Rick got me one, okay? And I've been using it for about 3 or 4 months. And I'm blown away of how much this charges.
I can't wait to see everything.
Look, show Minnie. Hey guys, I know Minnie's writing down where you're from and everything, but every once in a while she pokes between the boards and goes, I want to see it, Sedge. Okay. So I'm going to get in the best position possible. I'm going to get over here. Big D, I need you to zoom a lot on this one. Oh, by the way, the 6-inch sanders we have for the abrasives, if you buy an abrasive sustainer, maybe you want to buy a sander. Look, look at all the 6-inch sanders we have right here. ETS 150s, 3 and 5. ETS EC sanders, 3 and 5. Those are the all 6-inch pads and the RO 150. So that's the 6-inch Rotex. Okay, so here it is. Check it out. Pretty cool. All right, what the heck is it? Okay, this is a perfect fit for our 18-volt system. It is a phone charger. Okay, and when I first saw this, I was like, wow, okay, I get it. No, I get it now because I've been using it. This goes on all our 18-volt batteries, okay, from the 5.2 to the 6.2 if you have them, to, I think I have a 4.0 kicking around here somewhere. What doesn't work on it is the ergo battery. That won't work on it. But when I'm going to slide a 5.2 on here, okay, just like this. I always check my 5.2 right there. I get a full charge. It doesn't have to be Bluetooth. I actually checked it the other day. Any slide battery that we've come out with will work, but 18 volts all we really got right now. There's some old 12s out there that slide, some old 15s. All right, I've tried those, they work, but you're gonna get the most bang for your buck on your 18s, and those haven't been out for a while, so I just wanted to point that out. Now, this works with, and it's funny because I had a tough time pronouncing it, QI technology, which is pronounced, I found out, Qi. Not Tai Chi, but Qi. QI. It's inductive charging technology. So when I take this, and you see the center button here, see that? You see how it's on? This is how cool it is. I take my iPhone and put it right on there, and it charges. Oh, that's a picture of my wife, Marianne. Can you see that? Hey, Marianne. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good picture. Boy, those were good beers, too. Okay, so that's how easy it is. It's a phone charger. You'll get about, I think Rick told me, about 8 charges fully on a single 18-volt 5.2 when it's completely depleted. I get home at night, I have this on my half countertop. I just put that on there like that, and it's charging. And every once in a while, I'll just take this out and put it on my SC8, and it charges in a half hour, 40 minutes. So what's so special about this is, think about it. You're on a job site, you have your Festool system of 18 volts, right? You don't have to go and bring cords with you if you don't want to. All right, it's just a less cord to have out there. You just take that and put that on there, and anybody can drop their phone on there and charge it. It's pretty sweet. Now, the other thing I got to point out is here. You get these 2 ports, and yes, I'm an old dude. I just learned about. Hey, Big D, you know a lot about Apple. When did USB-C come out?
They started introducing on most of their devices about 2-3 years ago.
Okay, 2 or 3 years ago. I just got a Volkswagen Atlas, and I never knew about a C cable. I tried this. This is what I'm used to. This is a USB-A cable. So you could take it like this, and that plugs in just like this. Okay, and you could take your iPad, and check it out. You could charge that as well, which I think is pretty slick. Okay, so there's an iPad. And that's USB-A, which I've had for years and years and years. But USB-C, and this is what I have a cable like this because my Volkswagen Atlas takes it. There's a USB-C cable right here. Let me just plug that in and get my big head in there. And now I could charge what? My AirPods. Okay, I think that's pretty slick, but look at this. All on the job site, all at home. You could charge everything just like that. It's a really neat thing to have. You have 18-volt batteries. And I know here in the U.S., not all of North America, but in the U.S., I think it's around $49. What's that, 2 gallons of gas nowadays, Minnie?
Okay.
Oh, no, it's about, depending on your style of craft beer, that might be 10 pints. I don't know, okay? But think about it. It is such a killer value. So, those are I think that's all the new products. Hello? I think that's all the new products here in the U.S.
Wait.
Who's that?
Wait.
Who's that? Hey, what are you doing here?
You forgot the best thing.
Oh my God, I did, didn't I?
He's a work in progress, everybody.
Oh.
I'm trying to train him. Here you go. People are going to want to see that.
Hey, check this out. That's Jason Bent from Bent's Woodworking.
Hi.
Episode 100, he's our first guest.
Yes, I am.
You are unbelievable.
And now, unfortunately, everybody's going to know how small you are.
I'm rather short. No, you're tall, dude.
Okay.
Okay, let's get rid of this stuff. Hey, I got a question, everybody. Did I actually sound surprised? Okay, Big D.
You should be. You didn't know I was here.
I didn't. I'm gonna rely on you. This is the new ratcheting set. And I don't know about all of you out there. I don't know how many ratcheting sets you have at home, but I was thinking about this the other day, and I have a bunch of different ones. I have a 3/8 set. I have a 1/4 inch set. I just have and I brought it in, I just have this, a 1/2 inch ratchet with a bunch of sockets just kicking around. You ready? Look at this, it's all in one place. And if you think about it, if you got one of these, while it was a limited edition, right? This set, okay?
Hey, I don't have one of those.
You don't have one of these with all the wrenches? Think about it. This is your whole toolkit instead of taking up a bunch of space. Now, do you use metric or imperial?
I'm smart. I use metric.
Okay, he uses standard.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So much fun.
Give me a wave. Check out the value. Okay, really quick. Everything I just showed you, the 150 millimeter Sustainer paper, Sustainer, and the phone charger, okay? Those are going to be permanent items. Every time I say limited edition, we only have so many of these. So when this gets released, you might want to go get them because this is one heck of a deal. So as I talk through this, I don't want to forget about everything, but I want to teach you a few things about this. It comes with a 1/2 inch drive and a 1/4 inch drive. Important to understand all of this because you have, and this is different from around the world because this is pretty much exclusively for North America, you have imperial and you have metric in both the 1/2 inch drive and 1/4 inch drive. Okay?
So it'll be good for me.
So if you have there's a lot of sets out there that just are imperial, and then you got to go get a metric set.
Yeah.
This is all inclusive.
All inclusive.
All inclusive set.
Wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Fantastic.
Okay, but wait, there's more.
There is?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes. You can get an extension. You know, I haven't measured this yet. How long do you think that is?
I'm going to say it's 10 inches. Oh, man.
No, it's 250 millimeter. Caught ya!
Ah, you got me.
Got ya.
That is a good one.
Yes, baby. Okay, it comes with that extension, the shorter extension. It comes with a universal. Right when you don't think you need that to get in a weird spot and angle, okay? Also, with the 1/4 inch drive, you also get the ball joint, you get the 2 extensions.
Nice.
Okay, so it's like I said, everything's in here, and it's like we always say, a place for everything and everything in its place. But it uses a ball detented system.
Now, what does that mean?
Let me show you. Let me get rid of this old ratchet here. Everybody will say, oh, look, I have a ball detent, right? So when you put it in, it holds a socket like this. But if you've ever been cranking a socket and you got to get some torque on there, you try to take it off, and that stays there, right? So a ball detent is a lot different, and you have to have the socket that has a ball detent indent, and these do. And if we can get in there, Chris, can you see that? There's a little, I'm gonna kind of swivel that a little. Oh, there, you can see it. You can see it, right? Okay, this is so important because when you look at the ratchet itself, it's a push. I know you get your forward reverse on there, okay? But when I push it, this pin comes out, and you see the ball drop? Can you see that big D on there?
Looks good.
Okay, see it drops in? So if I take that and I push it in, guess what? That is locked in. It has, and you can hear, it's a very fine ratchet in there. There's 72 teeth, and the swing on it that's a 5-degree swing.
Oh, nice.
So you can get just about anything you need to get into. Let me tell you the range. They're labeled, okay? It goes from in 1/2 inch, in the Imperial, it goes from 1/2 inch to 1 inch, okay? It goes from 13 millimeter to 22 millimeter. But that's what's cool about it, because the 1/4 inch ends at 13 millimeter, and look how small this is on the 1/4 inch. It starts at 5 millimeter. And this one ends at 1/2 inch on the Imperial side and starts at 5/32. So it's all encompassing once again. Now, I want to point out, the 1/4 inch drive as well is ball detented and lock-on sockets. But it's also 72 teeth in there. It's a very fine ratcheting system with a 5-degree swing.
What is this?
Cool. I've always had one to get me into tight spots. Every single install kit I've ever had, I've needed one of these, and I was so stoked to see it. It's a little ratchet set.
Nice.
Okay, but what goes in there, this is what's sweet, is I can take, it comes with all these bits here, these 1 inch, 1/4 inch across the flat, and that can go in there just like this, and look how tight of quarters you can get into. Look how small that is, and it's ratcheting. And right when you think you don't need one of these, I've always needed one of these.
No, I can see that would be incredibly useful.
But check this out, you can actually use it like this if you need if you just need it. You don't think you need it like that, but then you need it.
Yeah.
Okay, but also, it comes with this 1/4 inch drive. So if I put that in here, sorry, wrong way, I could take any one of these sockets with a 1/4 inch drive and put it in here, and that gets me in a very close quarter, forward and reverse.
Nice.
Loosen and tighten, and that's what that's for. I'll go through the bits, but those bits also fit into this stubby screwdriver, and it's magnetic. So the bits that you got 2 flats, you got the 1/4 inch drive, you have hexes, okay, hex drives, 6mm, 5mm, and 4mm. You got these square drives, or in Canada, where it was invented, Robertson's drive, okay, and you got them in 1, 2, and 3. Most popular is the 2. Over here, you got the Torx. You got a number 10 all the way to a number 40, right? But then you have 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 in a Phillips and also PZ, which are 1, 2, and 3 posi drive.
So,
Okay.
I have a friend named Patrick.
Oh, jeez, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and so do me a favor and explain to him what the differences are, because I don't think he knows between Phillips and posi.
I hope he's watching.
Yeah, he might be watching this. Patrick, I'm trying to help you
Is
out.
he?
He's here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
he's asked me a million times. I've tried to explain it. I think you're going to do a better job.
Does he know Ben?
He does.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Ben also does.
Then I got to explain it twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You guys know what these are, and this is where I have found a posi drive the majority of the time. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, you got to adjust these when they're in the cabinet. A posi drive. I'm going to draw this out really quick. A posi drive. You're on the top of the screw. It looks like a Phillips, but then you will have these little tick marks in between, where a Phillips is just like this. Okay, now, when we look at the posi drive, and I'll take out the number 3 because it's a little more substantial, you'll see that little extra spline in there. What that gives you, and you'll see it on this screw tip, I'm going to grab the number 2, because this is what I use the majority of the time. You see the little posi drive screwdriver? I mean, the little symbol on top there? That seats absolutely perfect in there. Where there's less cam out with a posi drive versus a Phillips. I put a Phillips in there, there'll be cam out. This gives you a better bite and an easier one. And I hope you understand that, Patrick.
Yeah, you're welcome, Patrick.
Okay, good. So there you go.